Joining me now, Deputy Nationals Leader Perrin Davey for more on this. Gas supply is a big issue for the country, so is water. What do you make of the decision so it goes to an independent government scientific panel to examine? Is that the right thing to do?
Well, as long as it doesn't draw the process out and exacerbate the length of time. This project has been reviewed, it's been approved by the Territory Government. They've done their environmental impact statements there as well. We hope that this is not Minister Plibersek trying to find another excuse to stop a prospective mining project, in this case a gas project. The East Coast is facing gas shortages. We need more gas supply in Australia, and we don't need to stop these projects going ahead. We actually need to look at ways to make sure they can go ahead in a sustainable way. And so if it is a short process through the Independent Scientific Committee, then we welcome that providing the certainty, but we certainly don't want it being drawn out any longer, and we don't want Minister Plibersek to be looking for excuses.
When you say any longer, I mean this has to happen. So
it absolutely
it
has
can't
to
happen in a day. And do you accept the importance? So gas is needed right now. I mean, we have enough gas in the country, but a lot is locked into export contracts. That's just one fact of it. But the Cambrian limestone aquifer is here. There are times when these projects can't necessarily go side by side, or there is a risk. That's true, isn't it? There can be a risk to groundwater in particular.
I am yet to see in Australia any evidence where gas fracking has had a negative impact on the aquifer. What we also heard through that package there is Tamboran Resources have a water licence. The National Water Initiative ensured that all state and territory governments had to make sure that mining activities, fracking activities had adequate water licences to cover their water needs, and then also have adequate processes in place if they have any wastewater and how they treat that wastewater.
But when you say you've never seen a project, maybe that means the approvals process is working. I mean, does that mean we don't need to worry about it?
This project
does that mean we don't have to worry about groundwater in Australia? Just
we
let all
should
the gas
always be
projects
very
happen?
aware of what is happening. But I have also seen, the sort of pipes they use to go through the aquifers. I have seen the thickness. I have seen the evidence that protects the aquifers from contamination.
That's pretty anecdotal saying you've seen the pipes, it's all fine.
There are a lot of scientists who've also reviewed these processes. They would not get the approvals, and we need to make sure, we need to trust the processes we have in place and not keep seeking excuses to stop good projects.
So for now, though, you're supportive of this process, as long as it doesn't go out too long. One of the accusations people often say around the Nationals is, when do they stand up for farmers over mining?
We stand up for both farmers and mining.
But sometimes they clash.
What we see from Labor is Labor are moving further and further away from supporting the workers of this nation. We support the workers. Doesn't matter whether they're mining workers or whether they're farm workers or whether they're small businesses. We support progress in this country.
But can you highlight an example where you said, no, there's a risk, we'll prioritise farmers over a mining project in Australia?
Absolutely. If you look at the Liverpool Plains and you look at the work that the New South Wales government did when it was a coalition government there to actually identify strategic agricultural land, we do it all the time, but we do it in a constructive way.
So to change how a project happens rather than blocking it would be the example there.
Sorry?
To change how a project happens rather than just block it would be the example there.
Yeah, and also to work with proponents to see if there is a way to proceed. But the other thing, I mean, this Labor government is happy to sign off on solar mines and wind mines and transmission lines ad infinitum, but they want to block projects that create long-term jobs and prosperity for the region.
Solar farms, wind farms. The polls suggest the coalition is eking further ahead. Now, here's how I'll put it to you, because I know you're not a commentator, one poll that matters, just throw all that to one side. Given the thrashing the coalition got at the last election, nobody thought you'd be in this position now, did they?
No, you're right. We didn't think we'd be in this position, and it just goes to show how on the nose the Albanese government is. People do not believe life is easier under Albanese. Yes, you're right. It is one poll. We can't take anything for granted. We need to show the Australian public that we are the alternative government, but we are doing that, and people are seeing that. It is absolutely incredible that we're in this position, but it is because this government is not listening to the people, is not addressing the cost of living concerns that the people are feeling, is not addressing power prices. Food prices have gone up. Everything has gone up under Albanese, and people are feeling it, and hopefully that will bring them back to us.
Have you got enough big policy out there from here on in? Is it going to be a bit more of a steady approach?
We have a raft. We're doing all the hard work.
There's more coming?
There is more coming, absolutely. Yeah. You will see it all.
Would you call yourself a
election.
Big target rather than a small target opposition?
We are a big target. Look at what we've done. You know, we took a stand on The Voice, which turned out to be taking a stand on the right side of history. We are out there with nuclear. You can't get much bigger than that.
Fair and Davey, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.